Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about another very, very exciting topic, which is 10 tips to find a job in a hurry. I know many of you are going through a period where you may have been unemployed recently because of COVID-19, or your employer has told you that you might you might get laid off or furloughed very soon. So many of you are in that situation where you have to find a job, you know, and you have no time. Okay, you have to act very, very fast. So in this video, I'm going to give you some tips, 10 tips that I'm sure you'll find very, very useful. And I really hope that you follow my tips and please go through them, one by one. If you have any questions, please let me know. Put your comment right below this video, and I'll definitely answer. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. I know what you're going through, and I don't want you and your family to suffer in this situation. Okay, so and of course, don't forget to subscribe. I really depend on your subscription and your views, just like any other YouTubers. Okay, so that's very, very important to me. If you like these videos that I'm producing, please do subscribe and press the like button also. All right, so with that, let's get started. Okay, so the first tip is the most important tip in this, especially in this situation, and that is number one is networking. Okay, you have to network. Well, this is the time when you have to contact your friends, your families, okay, all over the world. Okay, go through Facebook, your friends in Facebook, your friends in LinkedIn. Okay, contact them. Okay, write them an email saying, hey, you know what? Good news and bad news. Looks like the good news is that I may have a lot of free time in my hands, or I have a lot of free time in my hands. The bad news is that I just got laid off, or I just got furloughed. So I need your help. Let me know if you know of anybody who's hiring. Please let me know. And if you can put me in touch with any hiring managers, that'll be even better. So send them an email, send them a note, quick note. Don't make a big big email. Okay, you don't have to include the resume, okay, in your first email to them, but do contact them. Get in touch with all of them, I would say, okay, all over the world, and you don't know who might be able to help because people know other people, and through that you might be able to get something, okay. And also, one thing that's very, very important is that attend the networking meetings. Almost every town in US and also outside US, okay, there are always these get-togethers going on. Okay, various groups are meeting. There's something called Meetup. Okay, MEETUP. Meetup has meetup meetings. Okay, where people get together. And there generally is a speaker who comes in and talks about various topics. So attend those meetup meetings. Okay, you can attend it in your area of interest, where people, like-minded people, will show up, and you can talk to them. You can tell them that, hey, you know what? I'm highly skilled in this area, and I'm looking for a job, and I'm sure they'll try to help. Everyone wants to help others, okay? People are good, okay? When they hear that somebody got laid off and somebody's hurting, they'll definitely try to help. Okay, so please give that a try. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, number two is find a good, at least one, and if not, for two or three good employment agencies. Okay, find some reliable ones. Okay, I can give you some names depending again on your level. Okay, and the type of job you're looking for. Okay, there are companies like Manpower. Okay, Kelly Services. Okay, Kelly, Kelly Services. I mentioned Manpower already. Kforce, Apex, Randstad, RANS as in Sam, TAD as in dog, Randstad, Trident Consulting, TRIDENT Consulting. Okay, these are some well-known, reliable employment agencies that you can contact and try to work with them. And some of them will, not only help you, they'll help you even with resume writing and other things. At the same time, they'll even push your case, okay, with various employment managers, okay. They'll see through this and follow up and make sure that you get the job, okay. So definitely, try to take advantage of some good employment agencies. There are also some good job boards, but some job boards take a long, long time, and they have, sometimes they do their own filtering, and it takes time. If you're looking for a job in a hurry, okay, so maybe some of those job boards might be good, they might be highly reputable, but they take time, and you don't have time. You need to find a job fast. So what you want to do is, there are a couple of them that I can mention. One is Zip Recruiter, ZIP recruiter.com. I found they generally respond very fast, and I have seen that that's why their name is Zip Recruiter, I guess. So they are able to get you something in a hurry, at least in front of a manager, interviewing manager in a hurry. The other one is that I find pretty good is angel.co. Okay, angel.co. They're known as Angel List. They primarily work with startup companies. Okay, and that's another tip. Okay, side tips, sort of. Okay, big companies. If you apply to big companies, I wouldn't mention names, but they take a lot of time processing your resume. They have a lot of people applying, so their HR people are absolutely inundated. So you may not even hear back from them, or sometimes they'll get back to you in months, which you don't have. You don't have that kind of time. So you need to act fast. So I have seen that angel.co or ZipRecruiter are much more quicker. Okay, you get a response from them, and you find something to them quickly. And don't just apply for one job. At least try to apply for a dozen jobs, every week if possible. Number 3, okay, keep track of who is hiring. No point applying to companies that are going through financial trouble, okay, or that are shut down. Okay. Don't apply to theaters and gyms that are that are having problems and may not survive. So even if you get a job, they may lay you off again. So you don't want that. You don't want to go through another experience like this. So you want a job that's going to be at least stable for a while. Okay. So find out who is hiring, and I'll if you stay till the end of this video, I'll give you a bonus tip on that. Okay. So find out who is hiring. There's a lot of companies that are still hiring. Okay, economy is getting, thank God, economy is getting a little better. So, there's a lot of companies that are now hiring, and they have money to hire. So find out those companies and take advantage of my bonus tip at the end. Okay, to find those companies and do apply to them. What you might do is not just apply to them through a headhunter. What you should do, what I suggest is, you can even write to sometimes. Don't write to HR, okay? Write to somebody or you can find out through LinkedIn or Facebook that works in that company, and write to them saying, hi, I'm one of your Facebook buddies or LinkedIn buddies, and would you be kind enough to put me in touch with the hiring manager in this division, the division that you are interested in, okay? And generally, people would be very helpful, okay? And if you explain to them that you're looking for a job, or you might get laid off very soon, and you need a job very soon, so they will definitely try to help you and put you in touch with the hiring manager, who has some job openings, because they know their company much better than you do sitting outside. But if you really want a job in that company, okay, whether it's a startup or a big company, it always helps to write to somebody, okay, within that company, and LinkedIn and Facebook are a good resource for that. So find an excuse to talk to them, okay, like, hey, I read your article, or hey, good job on this. I heard congratulations on your 20th anniversary with this company, and or congratulations on getting the prize that you got. I read your article in Medium or something. I read your blog. I love that. So find an excuse to praise them and remind them who you are, and start the ball rolling. Break the ice, start the ball rolling, even if you haven't talked to him or her for a long time. And then say that, hey, or even if you have not talked, even if you guys are complete strangers, okay, on that excuse, get the conversation started, and tell them that, hey, you might need some help in, getting introduced to so-and-so, and would you please do it? And you'll see they'll do it. Okay, so that was number 3. Number 4 is create a web profile, okay, or write a blog, okay. So web presence is very, very necessary, where people can go and see your web page, see your profile. If you have a LinkedIn page, that's even better, okay. So do those as soon as possible, okay. Make sure your LinkedIn profile is updated, your your resume is polished, your cover letter is ready. So do those as soon as possible in your web. Okay, write down a list of projects so they can go and take a look at what you have done in the past. If you're an artist, or if you're an UX designer, or logo designer, or whatever, if you're in the design field, okay, make sure your portfolio is on the web, okay, in your website. So try to create a personal website. There are companies like Squarespace or Wix that you can use to. You can even they'll create your own website, and some of them are not that expensive. So you can use their help, or you can use their tools to create your own website. But do it, okay? Don't delay on it. Web presence is very, very important, and make sure you mention in that you have a Facebook profile, your Instagram, you do Twitter, and you have all those. So write down all those accounts, okay, that you have, and your basically your URLs for LinkedIn and others. Your website should be all included in your website, and also it should be on your resume, okay. And when people see that you're internet savvy, you have all this experience, you have all these skills, okay, then they like it. They see that you created the website on your own, okay, that's even better, okay. So that was number 4. Number 5 is resume, okay. Resume, or CV as it's called in some parts of the world, okay. You cannot do without a resume, unfortunately. But on the other hand, as you heard, and that's correct, that the hiring managers are very busy. The HR people only spend like 6 seconds on a resume. So you have to differentiate yourself in your resume very, very fast, especially if you're in a hurry, okay? You have to, right at the top of the resume, you have to say something or do something that, write something that clearly differentiates you from thousands of other candidates, because these people are only going to spend about 6 seconds on your resume, and it should be right off the bat that you have to make your case. So you have to show that you are very good at something that they are requiring. So look at their job description. Make sure that your resume is tweaked based on the job description. Sometimes it might be even better to pick up some keywords, or a lot of keywords from the job description, right into your resume. So polish your resume, tweak your resume for each and every job, okay? Don't just understand your resume, okay? Those days are gone. Right now, even computers are screening resumes, okay? So if the keyword matches are not there, if 90% of the keywords don't match with your resume, you'll get rejected. No human even will see your resume, okay? Computer will reject you in many cases. So you have to have a resume that's very much tweaked based on the job description. And also, you have to have your differentiator aspect of your profile right off the bat, right at the top. Somehow you have to put in that, hey, I'm such and such, and I have this certification that that very, very hard to get, and I got this, PMP, for project management or something like that, which is very hard to get, but I got it. I passed the certification, as I passed the exam, okay, and that differentiates you right off the bat. And same way, there are many, 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 many certifications in each field, okay, IT and other fields. So make sure you put down those certifications right off the bat. Make sure you make your case right off the bat in the first half of your resume. And sometimes it might be even better to, present it in bold lettering right off the bat. Okay. And there's a website called Jobscan.com. Jobscan.com can even scan your resume and match it with the job description and tell you how good a chance you have in getting past the computer screening process. So you can go to Jobscan.com website, input your resume once you're ready, input the job description, and they'll try to match the two and tell you what are your chances of getting to actual human being, okay, with that resume, okay. So that's another good tip that I hope you can follow. Number six is apply to not just one company but multiple companies, at least 3 companies if you can, okay, and 12 to 15 companies per week, as I mentioned before, okay. Execution is key, and maintain a spreadsheet of all the companies that you're applying to, with dates and the actual title of the job, okay, and the company you applied to, hiring manager, things like that. So later on, if you have to follow up or if you have to send a thank you letter or something, so you know all the details. So, because very soon you'll be applying to so many companies that it'll be hard to, keep track of it. So make sure as soon as you finish it, applying a resume, as soon as you hit the resume, submit button, okay, write down on the spreadsheet, okay, who you submitted to and all those things. Make an Excel table and enter that data, okay, so you can follow up later. And you have to follow up, okay. Just sending a resume is not good enough anymore, okay. You have to follow up in a few days, okay, to each and every company. Number 7, okay. Number 7 is slightly different. It is something where you have to be highly energetic because now you're in the job for getting a job. Okay, this is your full-time job right now. Okay. So, and you have to be as energetic in this job as you were in your old job. Okay, so make sure that you're visualizing. We have to do some exercise and get fit. Okay, and go for a walk, whatever. Go for a jog or run every day. And do some exercise, do some weightlifting if you can. I know many gyms are closed, so you have to do it at home. Okay, but get fit, look fit, get a lot of energy because you have to now work for yourself, okay, and for your family, okay. One thing that you may like to do, which I like to do a lot, which is practice daily visualization. Okay, daily visualization means, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine that you got this new job. Imagine that you got the job of your dreams. So there are a lot of tips on visualization. I won't go into that right now, but those are in YouTube and internet, and you can look it up. There's some very good tips on visualization, okay? But visualize that you are already in a job of your dream and you're loving it, and this is the best job you ever had, okay? Number 8 is pre-interview practice, okay? So suppose you send that resume and they call you, wow, and now, after the celebration is over, that you got this call from them, or they want to interview you, whether it's an online interview over Zoom or any other video conference or WebEx or whatever, okay, whether it's online or whether it's in person, okay, now you have to show up for the interview, okay, but something is very important. 24 hours before the interview date, okay, you have to do research on the company. You have to do a research on the job, okay. You have to know who they are, what are their recent accomplishments of that company, okay. What is the job? Okay. Make sure you have gone through each and everything. Make sure you have gone through some practice questions. Okay. They are definitely going to ask you to talk about yourself. Okay. That will be most likely the first question. They will tell me about yourself. And the last question is likely to be, do you have any questions for us? Okay. So those two are given. Okay. So you make sure you have answers. Don't get stumped by those two. You should be able to talk about yourself, okay, which is likely to be the very first question. And you should be able to ask the question to themselves. And the last question could be something like, what are your growth plans? You can ask them, what are your business plans? What are your growth plans? What are your next 5-year plans? Okay. How has your company been affected by COVID? And what are your plans to now get back and recover some of the revenue lost in the last few months? Okay, so those are typical questions that you can ask. And of course, ask a lot of questions about the job. And to do that, you have to practice. So last 24 hours before the day of the interview, practice. Go through the company. You should know everything as possible about, go to Hoover's, okay, go to Better Business Bureau, find out about the company, find out about the, their latest press releases, read those carefully. What are they announcing? What are they proud of? What is the division that you will be interviewing with have done recently? Okay, did anybody get a prize in that division? Okay, or an award? Okay, you should know all those things. Okay, and know about the job, know about the field that you were in. Okay, whether it's UX design or project management or product management or even sales, okay, or research. You have to know that field. You have to know what they have done, the company has done, and you have to know how you can contribute to them. So one thing that you have to practice and you have to prepare yourself very well is you should be able to tell them right off the bat in the beginning of the interview, okay? Somehow, even in the first question, when they are saying, tell me about yourself, you have to somehow end by saying, this is my background, and with that, I'm confident that I can help you, and this is how I can help you. This is how I can contribute. Okay. So that should be part of your answer to the very first question. This is how I see me contributing to your company. Okay. So that's number 8. Number 9, the interview. Okay. Go to the interview. I always said, you should have a nice attire if you're doing it, in person. Even if it's, through Zoom or something. Okay, look polished, look nice, look energized, smile a lot. Look like you're going for it. Okay, you're ambitious. You're showing a lot of energy. Okay, ask good questions. Look absolutely excited. Okay, that you're show a lot of excitement. Okay, ask good questions. Okay, and also, okay, what you should do is, if possible, okay, if it's a one-on-one interview, face-to-face interview, okay, bring a tablet with you. People like to see that you have the latest gadget. Maybe if you have a, latest smart watch, okay, wear a smartwatch, okay, take a tablet with you, take notes while you are talking, okay. People see that you're not only internet savvy, you know all these latest gadgets, and they love that. Okay, they love that you're electronic, and your resume shows that you have Instagram profile, your Twitter profile, your Facebook profile, and all that, and then you come in with a tablet, and you're not just faking it, you're actually taking notes, and you're looking at your smartwatch from time to time, and all that. So it impresses the judge, impresses the hiring manager, I should say. Okay, at the same time, okay, you're asking very good questions, you're showing energy, showing that you're excited. So those things always help. Okay, and if you have a demo of your work, if you, again, like I said in a previous tip, that you should have a web profile. And if you have a web profile, if you have a website of your own, if you have a web profile and a website that lists all your old projects and a portfolio, and maybe it has a demo, so bring up the demo. Ask them, can I show you a demo of some of my work? I happen to have done a project in this area. Can I show you a demo of it? Most of the hiring managers will definitely say yes. Okay, because they are trying to select a good candidate, and somebody who has already worked in the field has, if you can say that, yes, I did this demo, it's my own work, and you can even answer questions about it. If they say, okay, what programming language did you use, or what you liked or didn't like about this project, you should be able to answer it. Okay, so again, that's why I was saying practice 24 hours. Go through everything that you'll be doing in the interview, and of course, then in the interview, you should do those things. Okay. And again, as I mentioned, okay, look excited, smile a lot, and ask good questions. Okay, and I already talked to you about the last question that you should ask. Okay, when they tell you that, do you have any questions for us? You should definitely talk about the company, their business plans, and what are their expectations from you. You can ask those questions also. Okay. All right, then number 10. Number 10 is, okay, again, getting back to the interview. Okay, after the interview is over, okay, don't forget to send a thank you note. Okay, you don't have to do it in the day of the interview, but you should definitely do it within 24 hours. Okay, the sooner the better, before they forget you and move on to the next candidate. Okay, send a nice thank you note. Don't make it a big one. Okay, few lines, but nice thank you note. Thank them for their time. Okay. And telling them that if you have any more questions, you can always reach me. Here is my phone number. Here is my email address, and try to, end it, in a very nice way. Okay, it should be a very, very nice note, but very concise. Okay, and that'll go a long way. Many people write, thank you. Many people don't. Okay, and that's a way to differentiate yourself also. Okay, and that's very, very key when you're trying to find a job in a hurry. Okay, and don't forget, now here, let's talk about the bonus tip. Okay, now the bonus tip was that sometimes, if you're in a hurry, okay, you have to accept maybe a temporary job. Okay, before you get a permanent job or a full-time job which you're looking for, you may have to get a part-time job. So don't ignore the part-time job offers. Okay, don't ignore the temp jobs that are out there. Okay, talk to those agencies that I mentioned before. Okay, ask them about temp jobs. Sometimes there are more temp jobs. Okay, there are many companies looking for help. Okay, for evening shift. Okay, so if you're willing to work the evening shift or night shift or early morning shift, okay, there are a lot more openings. Okay, there are lots of jobs that are there because companies generally find it very hard to to get a good employee who's willing to work in the evening shift, third shift, or early morning shift. Okay, so if you're in a hurry, go for those. Okay, so that'll free up your time in the rest of the day. Then you can come home and apply for a full-time job. Okay, and the other part of the bonus tip is I have produced some YouTube videos in the past. Okay, if you go through YouTube and search for my videos, from Excel Labs and Uexcel Labs, I should say, Uexcel Labs, and with my name on it. Okay, and you will see that I have about 8 videos that I produced in the past called Now Hiring. Now, there are companies that are hiring and have like hundreds of openings. There are companies that actually have thousands of openings. There are even some companies that have 10,000s of openings all over the world. I'm talking. Okay, these are some of the global companies. Okay, so don't think that nobody is hiring. No, that's not true. Okay, yes, many companies are not hiring. Many companies are shut down, but there are also companies that are hiring. Hundreds, thousands of employees. So go through my videos that I already posted on YouTube. Okay, and they start with Now Hiring. Okay, so look for Now Hiring, my name, and Uexcel Labs. Okay, and you'll find those. There are 8 sets of videos in there, and that's my final bonus tip. Go through them. I'm sure that'll help you. Okay, my friends. So with that, I have to say goodbye today. So hope that was helpful. And again, if you have any questions or comments, please put it down, below. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope that you found it helpful. And again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Okay. And if you want any more videos, please let me know like this. Okay. And I'll definitely, respond to your comments and produce more videos like this. Okay. Okay. All right. Take care. Good luck, my friends. Okay, bye.